Oh, everybody got nice and quiet. That's great. Hello and welcome to Poets and Pints number 77. It's I know, right? It's October of 2021, I think. And my name is Tony Plocido, and I am your host this evening. Though I did not curate this show. This show is curated by Mama Rose this evening. And she's going to come up here in a second and just give you a little introduction. I just want to remind you that we're brought to you by Cracked Walnut. Oh. No, I did not curate this show. This show is curated by Mama Rose this evening. I'm really good at technical stuff. I just want you to know. Okay, so anyway, she's going to come up here and introduce her show and what when putting into it, and she's going to tell you a little bit about her art. But yes, we're brought to you tonight by Cracked Walnut, which is the local chapter of the League of Minnesota Poets. So we're a nonprofit, and we love to be here. So make sure you tip the bartender well this evening. I forgot to get his name. Oh well, but tip him well and buy stuff so that we can keep coming back. But without further ado, I'm going to bring up Mama Rose. I think that's about the right height, right?
Hi, everybody. How's it going? Good. Thank you, Tony, for allowing me to curate this event. It's been really fun to do because the poets that I've chosen for tonight are all people who I have fallen in love with their work. And through actually quite a number of years, I think the person that I heard first out of this group was probably like 6 years ago, maybe. So for me, that's been a little while. It's a good chunk of my life. So my name is Mama Rose. I also go by Charlotte, whichever you prefer is good for me. And I am a poet as well. I'm also a musician. I have an album coming out next month on November 19th. And I am also a visual artist. So tonight I brought a lot of visual art that's over here too that I would love to share with you. I'll show you just a couple things. We're gonna just do like a flash. Whoa.
Weird flashes.
Look at that. Oh. Another one, color. So I like to include words in the imagery as well and kind of build poetry into visuals. And one of the poets that is going to be coming up here and sharing some work with you tonight also does that. Actually, that's the way that she first performed that I got to see. And I thought it was so cool. And actually another one of them is also a visual artist as well. So I'm sure that they're going to be able to share more about that with you. But I love that. I love how poetry creates those images for me. And I love when people are able to actually show me what's in their head. So I think I don't really want to say too much because I know that they can speak for themselves through their work. So thank you all for being here tonight. And without further ado, let's do it.
All right, so we're going to start the evening with Pink Riches. Pink Riches wants you to know what makes a person wealthy, and she wants you to know what makes a person wealthy, and she explores the world, her mind, and others' perspective to try piecing together an idea of how the universe moves. She's a visual artist and a poetess, founder and host of Breakfast at Bethany's. Everybody, please welcome Pink Riches.
Thank you. Hi. Check out my little table over here if you'd like. I love writing about love. And I would encourage everyone here to write a love letter to somebody. If it's you, a random person, somebody that you've never met, or your mom, write a love letter. I'll send it for you. Just put an address on it. I blink my eyes open. I'm in a dark space, but there are what feels to be 1,000,000 fireflies, each with a very blink and twinkle. As I stare perplexed, I see a new form slide into focus. An eerie object with a center and 6 extremities. One is attached to a human. Is this me? An eye that can stand and interact with all of these fireflies? Well then, what shall I do first? When emptying my mind, I'm asking to be kind and for a guide. What's above or a dove, return from fear, unbind your ear. The thought that's in your eye, oh my, it was not yours to absorb. It was from somewhere, like over there. Where the curse swerve if you care, what you believe, conceive your fate, or make could be a date to make or hate hardcore. Okay, no more, but did you dare to care about this there? Connect to the source, of course, first and foremost, to gram a tree, bend your knee, and declare what to share. Untangle your hair, phone back to home, you can't see until a bee stings, circling in rings, unaware without a care, a pair of twins with a couple grins, opposite in each way, but exist in a twist, chocolate and vanilla mist, cold brain, refrain the thoughts which belong on a train or in the rain from the sky, and ask why, or don't if you won't change your mind. Fly and define distance if you missed us, or cried for a dime dropped in a lost sock weighed down by a clown who frowned pretended joy for when a ploy and emotion drains the ocean. In a basket, this little draft kissed you, missed the point full of a wish and a miss. You never quite got the hang of this life and wasted on a plate too big to handle, a candle thrown out or blown out or grown out with a wick which was pretty slick, but he ended up being a dick. Turn around on the ground where we were going around and around in space, prepared to lace up my shoes in twos before I get the blues, or a clue to move forward, backward, does it even matter? What's wrong? Come on, let's deliberate on fate. And once again, flighty, I'm late to the party for a Barbie, which I love not because of her body, but for the topic. On a rocket, who would believe we are in a pocket of time? Send me rhymes or a line with citrus, squeeze in a minute, hit it, then flow with it. Hard to hold and hard to handle. This bramble words are relative and make me competitive in my mind. There is a rhyme probably from a watermelon, sweet and behind, from the timeline wished upon from the son of a gun. But I like a good fight only if I'm winning. But do you see me sinning? If I lose, don't choose to remove, just get back in the groove. Your turn, it's a chess move, strategy, your majesty, with a curtsy. Don't worry, question everything. Ding-a-ling, what's that ring? Clear the air, leave it bare, hurry to get over what's left to cover. I swear it's all there. Is it me or is it we, he or she, to leave and grieve with a hole up your sleeve? So water can't cotter, it falls down, it's too tall for me to reach. So I preach and I grovel and in my hovel I outgrew like my son chew, achoo. No, I'm not sick, I just pick strings, sending vibrations and salutations into the abyss, which is bliss. Cover the hissing and listen to the sound of the ground. Again, this weatherman predictions or contradictions will lead to convictions with more friction. Instead, cover your head, take your meds without dread and tread this water. Have you got her or did you wash her out of your life forever? I'm not clever, disconnecting or redirecting my fear out of my ear into this beer. This is what I hear, ping pong. I have it all wrong, I'm sure I was lured. Follow, swallow, or wallow in this fear. My dear, chin up, buttercup, never the end. Energy will bend and what's lost at a cost transforms, it performs, changes shape and scrapes until at the core there's no more extra or electra sparks or remark on the painted refrain from want. I'm becoming gaunt, it haunts me, this wanting to fly. Why? Merely fear played back from my ear, expending words to nerds, make them fly like birds, unfurling emotions while creating devotions. This logic for lost causes sends me through pauses, reaching for an equation to make a salutation. I don't need validation, at least. Remember peace, because love will never cease. I'm scared that nothing is sacred. Have I been scarred? A beauty so monstrous, the shadows echo on repeat. Scared, scarred, sacred. scared, scarred, secret. What exists beyond sacred, where scars make us scared? We envelop our arms across our eyes, blocked from the light, scarred from the light, scared of the light. What is sacred? These scars held onto as if breath could be painless. Is oxygen sacred? This invisible force clamping us in place. I hold my breath. Am I scared to move? The depth of darkness, can that be sacred? A slithering emptiness refracts, playing tricks on perspectives, nestling into the scars. What is sacred? Living organisms, breeding, feeling, emphasizing on water, an ebb of an egg, the flow of life. Cracking makes our scars scared of being broken. What is sacred? Own our wholeness, our marks which make us human. The cracks allow for more sight. Oh, light is my soul. Crunching under my feet, I swim, scared I can't stop because nothing is sacred. A memory can vanish just like the sun. The wind can howl, deafening sound. Buildings may fall, tossing bricks of destruction along each path. Fear and boundless light, scared sacred scars. A dead raven on my path. Extra, extra, an old homeless vet yelling, fucking cunt, you motherfucker. Strawberries plugging my mouth, terrified at the words spilling forth, masking hate, venom, and scared scars. What is sacred? The tip of a top hat. And reality tumbles. Mistaken love. Sacred love filled with scars. Words freeze on the page, so cold they start a fire. Each page crackles as the worlds curl and snarl, scared scars, till I cannot take any more. And then soft, sweet, vibrant rainbows, and a smile contagiously cleanses. An alien sculpted within the confines of one's natural habitat. When you think nothing is sacred, this scared scar congeals and it heals. The beastly devouring creation in rumination. Now I know this is sacred. We are all full of scars, and that is what makes us scared. Okay, I have one more, but I could possibly, if I have more time, I'll do more. But I was looking at the sky. I couldn't take my eyes off it. There was so much there. Clouds fluffing up gigantically, the rays from the sun rubbing against white edges, a burst of color, and then shadows playing and melting into a blanket as pinpoints blink. The variation of a moon eventually continuing the chase of the brightest star, in a yellow flash, the blue. The never-ending blue arrives again. Always looking at the sky, this comfort and routine, simple pleasure. Tripped and fell, not knowing when I would touch the ground. Thump, comp, ka-thump, bump. And I lay there stunned, still looking at that sky, the never-ending sky that goes on, pale blue, light blue, azure, cerulean. The true void, whether light or dark, touches everything. If I touch the void, I am touching everything. But I can touch the void and I can look down. And I can look all around. When I flip my head, the whole world shifts. I see the ground where I tripped and I fell. It's real. It's weighed. It's unavoidable. It's a form within the formless, a state of being with others. Those others are like me, but those others are not me. And the earth is not me. That separation is what caused the fall. I cannot fall into me. I cannot fall into that which I am, at least not physically. So, where did I fall? Where have I fallen? Where is the form and what are the dimensions? Calculate this world with numbers and you will still come to the same place. Here. I am always here. 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 Never there. Focus on here. Here is a mirror, mirroring what you are, mirroring what you are, mirroring what you need to know, what you need to learn. So lean in and listen. Capture what you are in your mirror. What if I blink? Dear Tiffany, I've had an epiphany. There's a deep well of love beneath all your wounding. You have spent so much energy disassociating from the pain to know what balance feels like. Your soul is tired of fighting, but you've never known another way. It is okay to start over. It is okay to begin again. In this well, you are floating, calm because you are not out at sea, space to breathe and be. Upward is the sky, expansive and free. Below is a gentle mystery. Given to you is the ability to breathe underwater. So you dive deep to visit your bounding main. An illimitable void filled with passion, emotion, acceptance, and unwound wounds. I would love to meet you there one day. I send you purity and delight. Forevermore, I pray for the children. I, plus Puppy. Love, Pink Riches.
One more time for Pink Ridges. So I want to remind everybody that cards on, well, most of the tables, sorry. If you have anybody you know that might be a poet and want to be on the show, or if you're a poet and might want to be on the show, take a card. It tells you on the back on how to sign up to be on the show. There's no audition process. Sign up, we'll get you on eventually. All right, next poet, Nicole Fry. Twin Cities local artist and founder of Paint Your Story. Her passion for art started at a young age. She dabbles with several different mediums such as acrylic, watercolor, digital art, and plaster. Her creations are inspired by personal experiences, spiritual downloads, and connecting with energetic frequencies, both past, present, or future. Paint Your Story is a local nonprofit organization. Through their workshops, they inspire individuals to explore and embrace their unique self through mindfulness, creativity, and connection with themselves and others. Everybody, please welcome Nicole Fry.
Down a little bit.
I can do that.
Yeah, oh, I think I'm good. Okay, sweet, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, hi. Hello, okay, so my name is Nicole. I'm a visual artist, so this is new for me. I just came back from Peru not too long ago. And during my time there, I was told to step into my voice. So this opportunity came about and here I am. So, thank you, and here we go. Illusion versus love. We are born into this physical realm with a set intention. But as we are squeezed through our mother's life force, the illusion builds a home in our bodies and minds. Programming begins to set in what is good and bad, the binary way of perceiving reality, comparison, suppressed emotion, snuffing out union with divine, leaves us empty, thirsty and hungry for connection to our higher selves, connection with divinity, and with others. This leads us to search comfort outside of ourselves. We find refuge in external sources to make us whole, blinded by the fact everything we need is within us. But we take the bait. The illusion of the material world, political agendas, imagery, religion, trapped in the box of external self-identification. This is all smoke and mirrors that acts as a blindfold, here to divide us from our unique signature and the connection to the collective consciousness. We project our insecurities, traumas, confusions, our own battle wounds onto one another, creating food for the illusion to live on as we deplete ourselves and each other. But there's a new way to replenish the collective whole and ourselves. We begin by taking back our power, standing in our sovereignty, breaking free from the self-made box we put ourselves in, and peeling back layers of illusion and healing our battle wounds. Speaking life into existence, creating space for uncomfortable conversations, questioning what is happening around us and within us, as we hold grace for ourselves and each other, making deep connections, not deep attachments. As we begin to unearth our set intention, love, we begin to feed the tornado of chaos with harmony, peace, and love, allowing that frequency to dismantle the illusion. Revitalizing force with one's own life, revitalizing energy and spirit, and revitalizing the connection with collective consciousness. You seeing me and I seeing you. Reminding ourselves we are a mirror of one another. We are intention in flesh. We are love. The next one I have for you is thorns. Oh, okay. This one's thorns. Here we go. What I have for you isn't roses, but thorns. Thorns that will cut you open, bringing awareness to truth. You bleed fear. The illusion begins to dissolve while love binds you back together. Turn around and look within to what it is that is doing the looking. From what state of mind are you perceiving reality? Are you conscious or unconscious? Are you playing the same old tune you've listened to as a child, or have you decided to tune into a new frequency? Perceiving reality from ego bursts, distorted perceptions, views, and opinions, typically based on old conditioning and survival instincts. This is a state of unconsciousness. Awareness is key to dismantle the ego mindset. Are you responding or are you reacting to your environment? Old thoughts that no longer serve you can either stay, or you can tell them to move aside while giving gratitude for how they have served you once in the past. Awakening from ego to divine being brings forth a shift in consciousness. asking for divine radiance to burn all the old conditioning and mindsets that hinder the spirits from opening, breathing new life, inviting Christ consciousness as a foundation so you can pour love into the world, manifesting and acting from the state of divine being, the radiance of consciousness itself. Remember, self is a process, changing, moving, arriving at new altitudes, following new places, going deeper into new depths. Call into your birthright. Listen to the whisper from spirit as wisdom guides you along the journey. You are one with divine, and separation is a lie. The kingdom of heaven is inside you. The redeeming presence is within you. You are infinitely more than you've ever imagined yourself to be. Set your tune to that frequency. Own it, call it, feel it, and embody it. You are one with divine, co-creating in this physical realm. What I have for you isn't roses, but thorns, thorns that will cut you open, bringing awareness to truth. Okay, this is my last one, and it's called Rebirth. I stand for a different culture, a culture of love, and it begins with me. I give thanks to all my teachers along the way, the ones who have taught me love, forgiveness, anger, joy, sadness, heartbreak, and especially to those who have taught me how to dive into the depths of my soul, bringing light to the true me and how to come up for air when I couldn't breathe. Thank you, ego, for protecting me when no one could. When I didn't feel I had the strength, the rights, or the smarts, you were only trying to save me. My voice locked away in a hidden treasure box waiting to be freed. Turning the key unlocks the gem, permitting light to shine through, leaving the old armor behind. I found it, my voice. It's speaking out. Now that I've found it, I will not hide it, and I won't fight it. And so I say, I claim the beauty within me. I allow myself to be seen. This time I stand straighter, grounding myself with love and worth, breathing in courage and truth, eyes wide open. Calling in Christ consciousness, alignment is activated, downloads, decoding the magic. Power resides within me as it always has. Breathing in renewed air, dancing with the present moment as we merge into one. Tasting the rich and fullness of life, abundance encompasses me. Be quiet, be still, shh, listen, locate my center. Craving to understand the layers that created me, unearthing the uniqueness and creating space to thrive while being an expression of the infinite. Lost fragments coming back home to make me whole. Survival was the old lens. The removal of the veil blessed me with new sight. Shedding and releasing patterns and false identities from past experiences while healing 6 generations in front of me and 6 generations behind me. Removal of generational stitches that my ancestors passed on, especially those that were placed on the corner of my mouth. As they dissolve one by one, allowing the birth of my voice to be present and heard. I am radiance, I am presence. I am light of everything, the light of consciousness, and I am what lights up the world, and embodying that allows me to see you. And that seeing, that consciousness, is what gives rise to the world. Transmission of the Holy Spirit sheds light into darkness, leading the way into my energetic signature, breaking through all the false dividing lines. The all-seeing eye clears my path, releasing fears and limitations as I'm rooted in gratitude and love. I get to choose what stays and goes, what thoughts I cultivate or release, processing provides fresh soil for new growth, for new seeds of wisdom to bloom. I stand for a different culture, a culture of love, and it begins with me. It begins with you. Thank you.
More time for Nicole Fry. So it's been an exceptionally good week for somebody in here, and I want everybody to say congratulations to Nathan. He got engaged. But cool. Also, if you guys just want more poetry in your life, this weekend is the fall conference for the League of Minnesota Poets. We'll be at the Marriott Southwest in Minnetonka, and we have a keynote speaker who will also be doing a workshop. You might have heard of him. His name's Squante. So come down if you feel the need to do poetry this weekend. We also have an open mic and we have other workshops, and it's a good time. So we'll be in Minnetonka this weekend. So we're going to keep this moving now for a poet from over Northeast Minneapolis. And let me get my little doohickey here. My glasses, which are here. All right. Terry Folz, he was born and raised in central Wisconsin, was a professional student during the 1980s, spending 7 years at UW-Eau Claire. I was there for 2 years. I didn't graduate though, but he did. Graduating with a bachelor's in studio arts, his focus was drawing and painting. For work, he's done a variety of things: washed dishes, been a prep cook, driven a forklift in a warehouse, canvassed for environmental and social justice organizations, worked as a standardized exam scorer, and has done short stints at the Minnesota State Fair. He began writing in the late 1980s while studying in Eau Claire, even though his major was art. And then he moved to Minneapolis in 1990 and soon started attending readings at poetry open mics and as an occasional featured reader. Some of the venues he's performed at or have performed at, I just read it twice, sorry, including Mayslack's, Speedboat Gallery, the Blue Nile, the original Kieran's Irish Pub, the original Coffee Gallery, Salon Coffee, Ginkgo's, Ball's Cabaret, the Artist Quarter, Camp Bar, and the original Acadia and Tilly's Bean. In his spare time, he likes to hang out in museums or record stores. Everybody, please welcome Terry Folz. You're good.
Well, that was really good. I'm gonna have to be good now. Oh, just one thing though, I live in Stevens Square.
Stevens Square.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were Northeast.
I hang out in Northeast quite a bit. I like
There
to
it
go to
is.
the 331 and Sheridan Room, and it's a cool area.
I rescind my Stevens Square business.
Yes. So, yeah, I really don't know what my poems mean. I mean, I just write them. I think maybe they just kind of write themselves. Experimental poet, maybe, for lack of a better word. So most of mine do not have titles. It's really great to be back reading poetry out loud again in public. It's really cool. So this one's from a few years back, 2014. American Horror Freak Show is on. The sound is off. I watched the two-headed lady. She appears to have two personalities, distinct and opposite. One sullen and surly, the other bright-eyed. But there is just so much you can gather from mute, moving pictures. Melville keeps sending me these messages that in my ignorant way I fail to recognize. But events being what they are, simply and irreversibly and written in stone, exist beforehand. Continue, they do. Unforced, unsurprised, and necessary. Much like footprints in wet cement before the ceremony. Drinking mango-ritas like I am. Drinking mango-ritos on a brown oil sticky table. The drinks look smaller than they are, and they're jelly jar mugs, fat and squat, less than 2 hands tall. But it's the sweet drinks that will knock you on your ass. The song Heartless by Heart is playing. I do not hear it and wonder why. It doesn't seem to add. Everyone in the movie is angry and sad and confused. And why would I expect different? I searched continual for the crumbled dregs of imagination. Thought as an outside picture, making things possible, or at least providing a wide painted image of thought, the splendid brain of man in heaven, separated from his meat and blood self, the kind that John Dewey spoke of, as if there were any other kind. And this one's fairly new, I think maybe 2 weeks old. Just come from the Majors and Quinn bookstore, a panel talk on mental illness, friend authors, and almost late on the bus. Now at Theater Bowl Central, jack-o'-lantern plastic heads attached to ceiling lamps, a Grain Belt Premium, and a lime mojito. Defunct leather shop across the street, coffee shop 60 feet west. Ghosts and irrelevant schemers make themselves wild and permanent, clothed in paint, ecstatic. Beer calls out loud, song of the civilized. Too many of you are dead, but your scripts are large. Today was a partly cloudy day, screaming, fat and full in its clarity. Tomorrow I may hang out in the print gallery. Clowns are not delinquents, only because they are the mirror imprint of everyone you know, and you yourself. Ha, they got you fooled. Hell? I can't do that. What do you mean you can't do that? Open the cash register now. Suicide is the devil's paradise. Facebook was down for 7 hours, and all I got is this ripped t-shirt saying, "You again? Pass the hot sauce. And what about that Steely Dan CD? You plan on returning that sometime this year?" It's a Wednesday blue cloud mirage. Bill at my table. Everyone knows it's windy. Cowgirl posters on the wall. Hang on, hang on. I don't even know where the jokes begin and where they end. They can't change you or rearrange you. Come on, Bill Burrows. What are you getting at? Kitchen's closed. A drop dead rope from the ceiling. Lemon scented soap, the kind from crumble bars your aunt made on sweet yellow picnic warm Saturday plates, where the spiders refuse to come. They knew fucking better. The rock and roll screed, or red stallion breed in conjugal scripts. Plato manifest, the morose and perjurous crypt of the ancient baths, where every senator and poet knew the time of day. Gravity is relentless and beautiful. Hold handle down to complete flush. Okay, that's reasonable. No need for complaint or muscular resistance. Ooh, Skinner. Cool. Clapping is way too generous. I'll take it though. And I'll do one more.
You got time.
I got time? Okay. I never really know how much time I have. It's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like, oh. Could be up here for 5 or 20 and I really don't know.
Could do another of the same length of the one, or 2 more of the ones you just did.
Okay. Well, hey, here's a little short one. This is an old one, 1994. The girl with the purple hair paints butterflies on the inside of island walls. Paper dream sidewalks crawl back to a time before purpose and memory. So right now I'm reading from a couple of my chapbooks. One came out a few years ago called Dead Parrots, published in 2013. And then one that came out just this year, Unburk. And they're both for sale. I have a few copies tonight. So I'll read a poem from my my old chapbook. This one has a title. It's called Toothache. A back tooth screams a silent throb. The city dead asleep. The skyline outside my window painted cardboard. An ice needle throbs and a hum widens deep as the black fog envelopes. My mouth has grown large like a snarl. Sleep is what others do. I am as large as the room, a fuzzy cave. The sickly, reassuring yellow light from the floor lamp spreads a halo dark on the ceiling corner. I watch my own fingers probe a tooth, the way one watches Kate Hepburn and Cary Grant spar madcap silly on a 12-foot silver screen. I recite the words to the song Being for the benefit of Mr. Kite without my knowing it. Flashes of knowledge and a dry hum. There are too many things to do at 3 a.m. Letters and loads of laundry. Poems in your sleep. The room is a gaping maw dosed with benzocaine. The beast killed once over with bullets and propane. Roy Scheider dead wasted in quiet victory. Soaked in his clothes. My eyes are second hands dragging fingers over the next day's events. The night grown long. And black. And full. And the burning fuzzy cave inside my mouth has an agenda. The blinds on my window flicker, full of dust. And one last one from my my newest. A poet walks in. This is kind of changes up the tone a little bit. I mean, some of the earlier ones were kind of heavy. A poet walks into a bar, orders a whiskey sour with a real egg, a pot of coffee, and a bag of corn nuts, which he hates. Because, well, why wouldn't he? He unzips his book bag and pulls out a copy of Mad Magazine and a 30-year-old Penthouse. A well-worn customer, somewhat glassy-eyed, he's been here since the church was built. That was in 72. Sidles up to the bar, leans over and says to Mel is the barkeep, "Keep your eyes on this one. I hear he's a poet." "A poet, eh?" says Mel, one eyebrow arched. "All right." Just then a policeman barges into the place and yells, "Okay, who's double parked?" I bet it was that poet who just moved in. He grabs the glassy-eyed man by the arm. "It was you, wasn't it?" and hauls him off. The cop didn't recognize the glassy-eyed man because he was suffering from a bout of amnesia due to a recent blow to the head. It's caused some minor issues and a few funny stories in the department, but he mostly does his job, so they let it go. The poet, who up to this point has sat silent in the corner, sipping whiskey and cleaning his cuticles with a nail, stands up and announces that he's buying the place. The barkeep, looking quizzical at first, then protests. The poet quiets him by pulling a dead chicken from his bag and chopping the head off with a cleaver. He then threatens to play nothing but Wayne Newton songs for the rest of the evening if the deal is not done. Patrons and workers alike cower in their seats and at their stations. The fear and disgust is palpable. Emboldened by their reactions, he adds that as a bonus, he may dance around shirtless, rubbing chicken grease over his chest. But after Wayne Newton, this is anticlimactic. The papers are signed. The thespian, he suddenly decides to change his profession, buys drinks for everyone, and plays ABBA all night long. They all love ABBA. The glassy-eyed man comes back. The cop had forgotten him, falling asleep on a cot. Here's Waterloo and starts singing along. He hollers to Mel, "Give me a Heineken." The poet has gone back to his magazines. He had played a single game of pool against himself and lost badly. The cook was frying up his chicken, and it would be done before too long. Wayne Newton sucks.
Harry Folz, everybody. That chair is deadly. And everybody be careful when you lean back on these chairs because they will just keep going. All right. Our last feature of the evening. Make sure everybody's okay. You all right, Terry? All right. Okay, good. Our last feature of the evening. Rodney King Dixon, more familiar, I hate that word. Known as King October, is a Minnesota native. Born October 19th and raised in North Minneapolis, he started writing in the middle of 5th grade while attending Bethune Elementary, behind where the old projects used to be. His teacher at the time, Mr. Whitehead, who was a bald black man, introduced the class to a poetry course, where October would read his first poem, Mother to Son, written by Langston Hughes. It was at that moment a switch clicked and he would forever fall in love with the power of words. Since then, he's written over 300 plus poems, produced one play, and toured the United States performing on various stages. An alumni of Teens Rock, DeMike, and Brave New Voices, Minnesota Slam Poetry. October is now the founder of Mac House. Thank you. An elite collective of artists and entrepreneurs that provide arts, entertainment, and education through project management, event coordinating, and consulting. Today, as a beloved spoken word artist and with Mac House, King October can be found producing shows at Honey Lounge, not anymore, rest in peace, Honey, Sushi Tango, and other locations in the Twin Cities. Sorry, this is an old bio, I'm sorry. If you desire to learn more, he can be found on Facebook under Rodney King Dixon or the official Mac House event page. In the words of October, peace, love, and blessings to all. Everybody put your hands together for King October.
Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? Yeah, my name is King October. Happy to be here. I want to just go ahead and jump into sharing some pieces with you guys. I hope you guys enjoy what you're going to hear. Kind of go from there. First piece I'm going to share with you is my elevator speech piece, which is basically kind of explaining who I am and what my purpose is. I wrote it back in college a long time ago. Hope you enjoy. I was told to breathe and then speak. So now I breathe and then I speak. See, I was told I was solar powered. I mean, enormous amounts of energy that had to be released or else it would kill me. See, my passion burns 1,000,000,000 degrees. Giving light to the darkness that harbor the fallen. See, their blessings keep stalling, but see, I can hear them calling. So I breathe and then I speak. I was told to breathe and then speak. See, I release radioactive heat waves that God gave to raise those who laid in graves. See, I'm here to save street slaves that ain't brave with my face. That's been misguided and binded and blinded by the streets. Be reminded, if you're looking for hope, you can find it in me. It is confined in me. See, I was told to breathe and then speak. So now I breathe and then I speak. See, I could be the next lyrical father, so why bother trying to deny me? I am a spiritual individual. Blessed biblical verse to reverse people's bad actions. See, I have always been here. Sin's greatest fear, God's tears. One love. You guys enjoyed it? Was that okay? Yes, thank you so. I mean, you don't have to clap, you don't like it. It's completely fine. Absolutely. All right, so this next piece I'm going to share with you guys, and don't mind me, I like giving artist statements to kind of get an idea of what's going on. This is a very new piece. It's called Daddy's Love Poem. And basically the inspiration of it was, all right, I'm a poet, I'm a spoken word artist. And it's like, I was thinking, like, I've written many poems. I've given birth to many children, so to speak. My poems are my babies. But my best poems are my children that I've created in this world. It's like what I was saying in a poem, I was writing a poem to them, you know, and this was like my love poem to them. All righty. I just want you to see through my pain and all the things stopping you from seeing me as a king. Daddy's love is here, so have no fear. I'm not going nowhere. I know my time has been up. I know sometime it get rough, but don't you give up on me. Don't you give up on me. I just want you to see through my pain and all the things stopping you from seeing me as a king. Daddy's love is here, so have no fear. I'm not going nowhere. I know my time has been up. I know sometime it get rough, but don't you give up on me. Don't you give up on me. Look, lately, I've been imagining what it would sound like. And the things I would say writing my kids their first love poem. Like maybe one of the things I would say is, no matter how many days that pass, you don't see your dad's gorgeous face. Remember, I will always love you forever and a day. And I know right now that sounds lame, but it's only because you haven't matured in age. So give me some time to allow me to explain. See, I mean, even when you discover your all spark and it all starts, you go out into the world and you leave your own marks. I mean, like, even when you make those choices for those nouns that transform your mind, heart, and soul. And I know how that sounds, but it will twist and tear you apart, but understand that it's supposed to be the hard part and that there is beauty in this struggle and that my love for you will be still. I mean, like, even when you are old and your hair has turned gray and you may visit me every 78 days, my love for you will be still. I mean, like, even when time and decay has laid my body to rest and my spirit has been freed from this desire of the flesh, see, my love for you will be still. See, look, lately, I've been imagining what it would sound like. And the things I would say, writing my kids their first love poem, like maybe I could be clever and teach them with a few of these worldly cliches. Like money makes the world go round. Look, mama ain't raised no fool, and I am only teaching crowns. So imagine, think about how that really sounds. How the hell does dead men printed on green paper that have told many of America's lies and tales of providing enough gravity to spin this planet? But see, baby, this money thing does work like a magnet. Energy, good or bad, they will attract it. And see, I'm not trying to scare you, but see, a child you must choose because you must have it. And those say that you don't need it really don't have it. See, I just want you to invest in self and we develop some of your favorite habits and maybe wealth becomes automatic. I know this might sound dramatic, but see, this is the only green that daddy is seeing turn people into addicts. Or they say money is the root to all evil. When actually, see, I believe there's a balance of dark and light inside all people. But see, the thing is, the percentages inside are not all equal. So baby, read between the lines and don't miss the signs because I just want you to see through my pain and all the things stopping you from seeing me as a king. Daddy's love is here, so had no fear. I'm not going nowhere, nowhere. I know my time has been up. I know sometimes it get rough, but don't you give up on me. Don't you give up on me. Look, lately, I've been imagining what it would sound like. And the things I would say writing my kids their first love poem. Like maybe one of the things I could say is, baby, people will come and go in your life like seasons. But see, it is okay. You must learn to free them. Because see, there are people that would stay in your life for very special reasons, believe them. Or maybe I can say something like, by divine birthright, you are divine sight. I mean, like you are descendant of the sun, literally magic brought to life. I mean, we get stronger from the light. See, we're supposed to shine so goddamn bright. Or maybe I could tell them that's the reason why we have to fight. Because see, there's people in this world that don't look like you and I. Blonde hair, blue eye. They'd rather see us dying than letting us be alive. Televised black crying like the hate is all mine. So babe, I need you to use your eyes and see between those lies. And I just need for you to try. So use your mind and think. And remember, it's always okay to question, disregard everything that America tells you to believe in. Because there's still one thing that stands true, and then I'm leaving. That our roots will always have meaning. I just want you to see through my pain and all the things stopping you from seeing me as a king. Daddy's love is here, so had no fear. I'm not going nowhere, nowhere. I know sometimes it get rough. I know my time has been up, but don't you give up on me. Don't you give up on me. Peace.
That was really like the first time I seen things that people were included in my soul. I was nervous.
Yeah.
So I have time to share one more, or we out of here.
All right, let me share one more with you guys. Because my mouth is getting dry. No, I got some water. I need to drink some beer. All right, we're back in business. Why won't you fight for this? We already died for this. I swear we could ride for this. On me, on me. They have killed us in ways that we are now silent today. I have seen black faith. I have seen black brave. So why won't you fight for this? We already died for this. I swear we could ride for this. On me, on me. Just the other day, the answer became clear. It's more black superheroes that we need around here. And I mean all year, working no days off. And I think there's a small cost of to consider the size of our loss. See, I'm heading to the fight and I got you if you need a ride, because it's not the time to sit around and watch more of our people die. See, attentions must be clear. And if a king or queen is going to steer, I need you to cover me from the rear. See, I'm see to help you see the hate when it appears. I want to help you smell the fear stuck inside their gear. See, I want to help you be able to feel that essence of somebody's baby that didn't wash away from the blood that year. Because I think to America, this is a game that's supposed to be fun. Watching these niggas run. Shoot him before he comes something. To the world he had a gun. Officer, job well done. And that's just how it runs. It becomes, let the riots rage. We'll watch the blacks as they march for a couple of days. See, the media parades could get paid because this type of coverage gets you paid. Reporting live today on the black person slave. Just give it some time because everything fades. And that's the exact type of shit that they say. So why won't you fight for this? We already died for this. I swear we could ride for this. On me, on me. They have killed us in ways that we are now silent today. I have seen black faith. I have seen black brave. So why won't you fight for this? We already died for this. I swear we could ride for this. On me, on me. Look, all the tools we need have already gathered here. So listen here. We just have to merge our minds and our hearts and see inside we ignite that star. And it's with that light we shine and be us and we can guide them far. But see, it has to be us to say those lost boys who are jailed and killed, or they will still remain America's meals. America fat with meals, making deals, paying bills, hiding behind the badges to make the kill. The facts is ill. So my attack is now with skill, because they don't even hide behind masks anymore. They don't even hide behind masks anymore. They don't even hide behind masks anymore. You know why? We don't knock down the master's door. So why won't you fight for this? We already died for this. I swear we could ride for this. On me, on me. They have killed us in ways that we are now silent today. I have seen black faith. I have seen black brave. So why won't we fight for this? We already died for this. I swear I'ma ride for this. On me, on me. Peace. Thank you.
One more time for King October. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a little short break, like 10 minutes. And I encourage you to look at both these tables. We got Mama Rosa's art over here. We got Pink Rich's art over here. And So, you know, take the time, buy stuff. It's what, you know, artists don't make it to take it home again. Also, we are a nonprofit, as I stated at the top of the show. So we do pass around a hat, sort of. Feel free to put money in it. It's a free show. You don't have to, but if you can, we appreciate it. We use it to bring other shows like this and other programs and workshops around town. And again, we're part of Cracked Walnut, which is part of the League of Minnesota Poets. We're gonna pass it around. So, see you in about 10 minutes. So much.
I'm just gonna start releasing stuff like on these. I think I'm gonna try to do something. I'm just like, I want to do like. Somebody already started doing mindsets. I think I really like that. I just want to try to create. And then like they're. Yeah, it's more weird Oh, okay. Let's take the titles now, you know, we already know this. I like that.
Let's get it wrong. Yeah. We get it wrong. That's it. We got a good thing going. There it is. Very cute. Right. Right. See this right here.
Hello, everybody. You don't have to take your seats, but we're gonna start the open mic. And we're gonna try to hammer through these so we can get everybody up that signed up. Try to keep it to 2 minutes, one poem, 2 minutes or less. That would be great. Just give me number 1 through 5. 3 is Allie.
All right. Well, thank you to all of the lovely poets earlier. You guys were so inspirational. I really appreciate that. I have a little bit of a sad poem here, so sorry to bring it down. This is A Season for Grieving. Perpetual winter, freezing, blowing blanket of light snow, spring flowers with new beginnings, new summer love carefree, dead of winter, darkness with no end in sight. Barricade myself in younger years of wonderment fleeting, childhood hearts still making snow angels. When did I last play in the snow instead of cursing my commute? Beautiful winter wonderland, frosted trees that glisten, slushy mess. I can't make up my mind. The sting on my cheeks just from breathing. It's easy to grieve in the fall. Such a beautiful cliche as the leaves let go and remind us what it is to return. Brown, sticky mud beneath my boots brings back those longings for my roots. I don't like to dwell. My body a shell of remembering summer days at the lake, cocktails on the boat, encouragement for every effort. Jokes at the dinner table, candy raids and golf cart rides, and bedtime stories filled with ponies, home movies, walking the dog up by the cows, and picking flowers for grandma. Fish fries on the lawn and ice fishing contests. Grief is such a funny comfort, coming in waves, not stages, as they say, but years later, coming back all at once. The taste of an olive that has been soaking in a martini glass. The smell of manure on the cornfields next to the windy, dusty country roads. Waking up at 3 a.m. or 5 p.m. in traffic. The sound of a pipe organ or the bagpipes or a distant gunshot in a field. Still giving my cousin directions by telling them to turn past the old torn down barn, similar to the one where we used to swing from a rope in the loft. The face my nephew makes when he's laughing so hard that tears fill his eyes.
Give me number 1 through 4. Jacob.
This poem is called The Cluck of the Cormorants. And if you don't know what a cormorant is, it's a bird. And they are a gang of birds. And the scene is a tree without leaves and no bark over a lake. The cluck of the cormorants. The rookery, that is where the gang sits. Not afraid, not alone. A dead tree is the place to be. If you are hip and in the know, shoulders up like popped collars, and necks low. Holding down the fort, each lookout a different angle, working. Never not one eye open, under wing. A deck of cards, a grease comb, butterfly knife, and J. Daddy passes out cigarettes. The cormorants puff, lean, and loiter, shadowy, looking for trouble. On their decaying roost, scratches from talons, graffiti on the trees, bare bones, warning the locals to stay away. Guttural mutterings, clicks and hums, the secret code, the price of the cipher, no one knows.
One, two, three. Bill.
Yeah, Bill.
I should be reading this off a phone, but I can't. State of the art Neanderthal. I'd like to say it's you, or it's not you, it's me, but I don't believe it. You, the latest in technological wonders, will not do what I ask. According to common practice, the manual, the textbook, the internet, everyone I talk to, I'm pressing the correct keys, issuing the proper commands, but you refuse to cooperate. Maybe it's because you're new. Maybe it's because you're soulless, mindless, even though artificially intelligent and evil. I refuse to submit, allow you to conquer all. So let me say, as I approach state-of-the-art carbon fiber and graphite composite softball bat in hand, it isn't you, it really is me. Thank you.
Tom. One or two. Mike.
First of all, I want to thank everybody, the previous poets, great inspiration. This is my first time doing this, so trying to push through some of my own stuff. So here we go. This is called Stepping Off the Chronic Zombie Carousel. I have an epigraph. If we remove the status and compensation from the destructive exploits we classify as manly, men would be found to be suffering as much as women. Wendell Berry. Sold or cannibalized, the best parts of me were auctioned off wholesale or choked back reluctantly, little by little. Glue for someone else's collage, ink to continue the unfinished stories dying in the failed dreams of ancestors whose pen I accepted, in the name of a man's duty to family, in the name of love. Before long, I joined the ranks of the undead, wearing cookie cutter masks fitted for every occasion, swallowing daily rations, resentment, rage, and artificial praise, in the name of a better life, in the name of responsibility. Without self-acceptance, the foundation eroded over time, collapsed to reveal within the rubble my original heart and the courage to begin again.
Nathan?
It worked out going last because okay, you don't know this, but it was announced that we're engaged. So this is my fiance.
Congratulations, thank you.
This is one. This a recent one. It's actually written off of just a joke that Rochelle made to me about my appearance. They say I'm fine. This isn't the first time that I've been called fine. It's the kind of compliment that just fits. If I were ice cream, I'd be Kemp's vanilla. Just cool as an open door food court on an Indian summer, hot as a warming oven that keeps bread perfect for making a sandwich when the customer needs one most. I'm sexy as a National Geographic cover. They say I'm fine. Fine as a menu item you didn't order but consider getting so you don't send it back. Fine as everyone's cup of tea. Fine like beige, which I hear is soothing. I'm the type of man who's been chosen by committee. A frozen pizza after a long day at work. A free mint you didn't expect in line at the bank. A mid-priced wine that got a decent review for a coworker's lateral promotion. I'm fine. Like a good story by someone you don't like. Like milk 2 days before the expiration date. Like an apartment with a big bathroom but a small kitchen. I'm 28 miles per gallon, 64 degrees, 3 miles away. I'm a tulip, which by any other name would be at least not bad.
On the stage next, we have Jessica.
I wrote this after the uprisings, and I'm a mother of 6, and many of my children, actually all of my children, were out marching, were out late. One was protecting a masjid in North Minneapolis on the roof with guns, and he's only 15, and so it's called Black Mothers. Black mothers. We lay in bed, we cry, and rock ourselves to sleep at night with the distant lulling hums of our great-grandmother's rocking chairs that sat on hot, sweltering Mississippi porches. Black mothers, we hide our tears by daybreak. The village has tending. Although our trowels are almost broken, who will till the soil? Who will water the seeds if we are left dehydrated by the outpouring of our own salted rivers? Black mothers, we wipe away our sorrows with those self-care checklists. Our smiles only deceive those who are not struggling with us. For the ebony, cocoa, kiss, caramel, butter, pecan, ivory shades. No, the secret look of history's passcodes, head nods and side eyes, code switching's finest that acknowledges our own internal battles, adjusting our crowns, pressing on, for a victory is not won. Black mothers, we arm ourselves with books and bullets. Our knowledge of self-preservation, realizations of liberation, our great-grandchildren will live without dehumanization and criminalization. Black mothers, we wear shades of resilience after cooking and cleaning, marching and mending, organizing, delivering, speaking, teaching, defending, and shooting. We return to our homes where there is an abundance of love waiting. Black mothers with offspring on the front lines, they are not born from our wombs, yet they belong to us, the descendants of Moses, ready to part the sea so that America KKK will let our people go. Black mothers, we call on our ancestors, nourished by their whisper. We breathe, we exhale, we pray, we drift off to sleep with the distant, soft, soothing sounds of sweet honey, reminding the soul that we who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. No, we who believe in freedom cannot rest. Black mothers.
It's a tradition we have around here, is to read a poem from an author you might not know. And I'll be honest, I don't know any other poem by this artist, but I found this one in a book a long time ago and I really love it. It's called Letter to the Past After Long Silence, and it's by Sarah Murphy. So if you know more of her work, please send it my way because I love this poem so much. Don't be alarmed. I come unarmed, or at least undrawn. No claws, no bombs, no mobs, I promise. Odd how I've forgotten this soft fog clogging my brain. Gone the long rain of hate, the tight rain of terror. Gone the arid air laced with mace. I wager you wish to live in peace, to wake at night to silence. No gun, no thunder, flames and plunder, just a cadence of rain. Each drop erasing failure's stale taste, and I bet my name dismays you greatly. So let me state my case. To be plain, I miss you. I know it sounds inane, your stagey ways, your fainting, the shameless parlor games. Tell me, are shards still shaken into your eyes? Your hair as dark as starlings? Are you still arch charming, artful on guard, ardent jarring, sparring with the stars? Tell me, how does your garden grow? You know, it wasn't all hell, swelter, swelling, trembling, the shells pelting our tents, welter, wreckage, the stench of fly-specked flesh. Hey, some nights the sky held only bells, the dells welled with light, my head bent to the fire where you knelt, deftly dealt the deck, fortune telling, sending velvet spells. Do I digress? I guess. I meant to say a blessing, pay my debt, but my tongue was heavy as felt. Listen, I'm climbing memory's slippery rungs. Listen, my hands are cold. Oh, I know it's over. Still you fill my lungs with summer. The town was one tunnel of green, and I was still a girl twirling in the trees, my body softened by August, my heart humming a field full of bees. Love, it's a little lonely without you. I sit on the porch, swing and whistle, but stillness still stings. Love, I missed your stories above all other things. It's been Poets and Pints number 77. Let's have a round of applause for Pink Riches. Nicole Fry, Terry Folz, and King October, and all of our open micers this evening. To our artist and curator, Mama Rose. Please come back next month because we have another curated show by Jessie Marie, and it's going to be all veterans of the military writers. So all the writers will be veterans, and it will be their stories. So please come. We're going to be celebrating Veterans Day essentially. It's on November 15th, I believe. Third Wednesday. It's always the third Wednesday. No, it might be the 18th. Yeah, because I think it's December 15th is the December show. But it's the third Wednesday. Be here, 7 o'clock. The 17th. Be here that day. Okay, and my name again is Tony Plocido. Thank you everybody for coming, and we'll see you next time.